What's up, guys? Welcome to today's vlog. Today I'm going to be doing a little DIY for you guys and showing you the process on what to do. In this case, I'm going to be smoke tinting my taillights, my car's taillights. I have an Audi A7. I'll talk about that in another video. I'll show you through my car and every other stuff about this. So to get started with this, I'm going to show you what kind of product do I use. I actually use the Rust-Oleum lens tint. I've been using this for years. It's literally been my favorite product out of every other one. Well, honestly, this has been the very first product I got while searching into taillight tinting. I also considered other brands like the nightshades, but I really didn't like the fact that it looked really like satin color, and this gives it a really nice look, like an OEM look to it. Gives a really nice shine. And well, yeah, that's the product I've been using for the past years in all of my cars, and this is what I'm going to show you today. I actually have like a third of this because I've already used it in another 2 cars, I believe. So that's why the name of this video is how to with less than $5, because this product costs somewhere around $15, and this has lasted me for 2 cars and is still going to last me enough for this car. So let's get started. I'm actually going to leave the garage half open like this because if you notice, there is a mess in this garage. So I just need a little bit of space. I just don't want too much air coming in, so I'm going to keep it like this. And I'm going to take out the tail lights to make it even better, make a smoother and more efficient layer of paint. Let's get started. Here's my Audi A7. You can see the tail lights, and it has this small tail lights that are attached to the trunk. So I'm actually not going to be taking out the ones that are attached to the trunk, because honestly, in this car is way more difficult to get to because of the whole panel goes through, well, mostly because of the design of this car is really more complicated, and I don't want to get to that. I'm actually going to tape it and just do it on the car. But as for the big ones, it's really easy, really straightforward. You just have 2 bolts, and I just unplug the thing, and it is out. So there you have it, guys. The taillights are off. They're super dirty, so I'm gonna go through and clean them all completely because we want this to be clean as possible. And for sure, I recommend using rubbing alcohol. In this case, I do not have rubbing alcohol in the house, but I'm gonna use some glass cleaner which has alcohol, so it's gonna clean up really good. Okay guys, so now that my tail lights are nice and clean, try to go through them really nicely, just make sure they're smooth. So the only thing I did was anchor them with a pair of cans right here, just to make sure that the pointy part does not face the ground. That way we're gonna have a more even layer. And I'm gonna start spraying them using my gloves for extra cleanliness. And make sure to shake this really well so we have a more even paint. And just like that, the first layer is done. You can see it looks really shiny. I'm still gonna go probably for a second layer. In this case, like I said, I don't want to go too crazy on it. What I suggest is that in the first layer, you go through really well on the corners, because if you don't go through in the first layer, on the second layer, if you do not reach out the corners on your last layer, whatever your preference is going to be, either a second or 2 layers on it, there's going to be white spots on the corners, and when you want to go through that in the last, is actually going to lose all of the shine. So that's what I'm saying about being consistent in the layers and letting it sit for a while. Like right now, they look like the layers literally perfect at this point. If I wanted to leave them like this, that would be great. It would change the aspect of it, but I want it a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go for a second layer. So while I leave this dry up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and tape the other ones in the car. So I'm gonna start prepping on that one. Okay guys, so there you have it. I got it all taped up all around the trunk, taillights, and the only thing that's left to do is to put some paper or plastic around it, so just I don't overspray my actual car. So while I'm waiting to do that, because I want to back up the car, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the second spray on my taillights that I have out here. Like I said, I do not want to go too crazy on these, but as long as it looks darker. So yeah, so let's just wait for those to dry up and paper the rest of the car on this side and back up the car so I can start spraying on those. So that being said, let's go and paper the rest of the car, drag it back, and start spraying on that. And just make sure to try to keep a comparison side by side with these big ones to the small ones, just to make sure it looks even. It's not going to look perfect. I really personally like kind of like the faded style, not completely perfect. If I wanted to go a little bit more even, like perfectly even, I would probably go darker, because that way you can notice better the actual side by side in the color. In this case, I'm going to keep it like this, just 2 spray paints in my case. If you want to go darker, just go ahead and go with a second, with a third, with a 4th layer, whatever you're comfortable with. Just try to do it, like I said, take your time. Spray painting it evenly is going to give you the perfect finish, and it's going to last you forever. And since I'm kind of lazy, I'm just going to use the power of editing to paper these things and get to it. Start spray painting these two. I'm gonna give it a last wipe just to make sure there is no remaining dust on it, and we're gonna start. Okay guys, so that's the first layer. Now we're going for the second layer. Onto spraying. Okay guys, so there we have it. These are nice and ready. Like I expected, these did not come as perfectly as other ones because of the position. It's really way more uncomfortable. There's always going to be a little bit of running and probably some heavier spots, but for sure go ahead and install the tail lights right now. Use hold it with a rag right here. And of course, before tightening these completely out, you want to make sure that they're all working properly, and then just go ahead and tighten them in place perfectly. So there you have it guys, it's all installed and ready. I'm just gonna take out all this paper. So there you have it guys. I hope you guys like this DIY. I personally love it. there's a little bit too much shadow right now, so you cannot notice too much, and it is getting kind of dark outside. You got some clouds out right now. You want to get to know a little bit about me. I'm going to be talking about this channel, why this is going to start. This is my very first video dropped on this channel. I do have another channel, but I'm going to be talking about that later in another video. But in this channel, I'm going to be making DIYs like these. I have some other things to do to my car. I'm going to paint the calipers in a future video. I'm going to be vinyl wrapping the interior trims in a future video as well, and any other maintenance of my car. Eventually I'm going to have to do the oil change and things like these. So anything that comes across I'm going to be doing in this car. I'm going to be joining a little bit more into the car scene. I'm going to be trying to make the best out of the car content. I do have some car show content in my other channel, but it's in Spanish. That's why I want to talk to you about that. But I'm going to do that in the next video. For now, I just hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and make sure to subscribe. We got a lot of plans for this channel, and I'm going to be dropping some photos of my brand new tinted taillights in the future when I get the car all cleaned up and nice in my Instagram, so make sure to follow me on my Instagram as well. Peace.